All right, guys, what's up? So I've recently completed a rerune based on what I had in terms of rune crafts and reapps, and tried to make the best, most compact team I could for RTA. So here's what I did. So here's my Varisa, and on the left is what it used to be, and on the right is what it is now. And you can see the difference. So picked up 1 speed on Varisa at the cost of 17,000 effective HP, and picked up a little bit of efficiency. I feel like I want Varisa to have my fastest set, because that's usually the unit they leave me with because they think it's not as fast, and if it can go over the top, then great. And 333 is, I think, really fast for something with a 106 base speed. So here's my Triton, picked up 5 speed up to 336. So Triton is my highest speed threat at the moment. Accuracy went down a little bit. It's sitting around 62, 63 with artifacts, which is not ideal, but that's what I can make. So I just wanted, when I go fast, I want to go the fastest. So these two are the fastest. And then Yanhong is my 3rd Swift set. Lost 3 speed, so from 335 to 332. Haven't been playing Yanhong that much this season. So Yanhong got the 3rd Swift set, and I can move it around to whatever I want because it's 90 crit. So I can move it to Ethna, or I can move it to Shihu, or whatever. My only, regret on this set is it's got 2 great Despair runes, 33 speed and a 31 speed as the broken. And I think those Despair runes might be better served on something getting play as Despair, since this set isn't getting much play. So I'm thinking about switching this to maybe Maya to make Maya a little faster. But that's kind of the only Despair set that I think will see a lot of play, that and Alexandra. So the biggest changes are Han and Keelan's Slasher, and I'll show you the difference. Han, I gave up 8,000 HP because I put him on attack slot 6. Picked up 700 damage, which it went from like 3,600 to 4,300, which is about 10%, right? Something like that. But at the cost of almost 50,000 effective HP. And my bread and butter Han, every single time except to here, was a super beefy tank that people didn't expect, and they would focus him, but they couldn't kill him. And so he would buy me turns just by being alive. So I'm going to play with this set a little bit and see what I think, but I could easily see myself going back to the tanky Han that kills slightly slower, because it's very rare that I don't take several turns with each monster in a match. I'm not just everything dies turn 1. And if he's going to take several turns and he's going to be the damage soaker, then he might as well be able to live a little longer. So here's the Keelan Slasher. Couple changes here as well. I'm not sure I like this build either, but I picked up damage was the thought, and not a lot, only 300 damage. Lost effective HP, not a lot. Lost 22 speed, which felt a little dicey. And then lost 37 accuracy, which is also a bit of a bummer because his skill 2 is a stun and his skill 1 is a defense break. So this might revert back. Basically, the 2 speeds in the 250 range, I'm not convinced on. I think I might need to get them both into like the 260, 270. Because if I don't get my I take over turn 1, like if Varisa doesn't absorb bar or Triton doesn't push back, at these speeds and the level I want to play, people that are ruined in the 270s, they'll take their full turn before I do. And I would like to not have to rely on attack bar correction in Varisa and Triton. So that's something I'm going to look into. Nephthys, I just put Nephthys right over the top of these two so that when they do go, they will get a defense break. But slowed her down quite a bit as well. Picked up some damage. It's just a different style. There's nothing like wrong with this rune set. Like, she picked up some efficiency, but it's just different. So then here's Maya. Maya lost 5 speed and a good chunk of effective HP, but picked up a little bit of res. And again, Maya is about as fast as I can make her on Despair, but she's not competing for turn 1. She's 281 on Despair with max accuracy. I feel like she has to have max accuracy because she's got 2 full strips. And I need her to get those as much as possible. I think her skill 2 is like an 80% strip, or no, I think it's a full strip but an 80% taunt, and I want everything she does to work, because once she gets the 2-turn taunt going and skill 4, she really takes over a game. Like, I was trying to replace her with another dark stripper or just another stripper in general, and she really does a lot. I don't know, she's sort of seen as not that great, and I've just gotten more and more impressed with her. Her and Alexandra together are a really good pair because Alexandra lays down a bunch of buffs. Maya taunts them into her, and then uses those buffs to decrease their HP by quite a bit. So pretty fun. All right, Giselle lost some speed as well. Everybody's losing speed, but I wanted her in front of Han and Keelan Slasher because she's also a defense breaker. So I want her to defense break first and then them to go. She picked up a good amount of crit, which I like, and a good amount of damage. Lost a little bit of survivability. So I don't know. This one I'm not as concerned about build-wise because I feel like right around 260 for something. She's a little bit more situational. I feel like that feels about right. All right, the Vero picked up. I mean, this was basically an unruined Vero that I used for the calculation, so you can't really tell. But he's just on kind of an efficient, tanky build. A little bit of crit, a little bit of AC, you know. Gapsu picked up some effective HP, picked up some crit, which I think is kind of nice. He's up to 67 crit because his damage is based on HP, so I think that's a nice little chunk. So I like where this Gapsu's at. 240, it's fine. He's not going to be a stripper in front of anything. Miho, I put on a Swift build, 330 speed. Miho's really fast and has pushback. So anything that's not on will, if you get to go over the top, you can push them back. I don't know about this one. I think I probably won't stick with it. It's just an experiment to see if a Swift Miho will be useful at all. I don't know. All right, Alexandra, I switched to Despair from Violent, which is sort of an interesting choice. I feel like she's not going to get play if they have multiple ways of cleansing or immunity. And if she can Despair stun along with all her shenanigans, she's going to be really, really good. The flip side is she won't be able to go back and forth and just do her thing over and over and over. So I don't know if that is worth it to give up or not, but she's on my second Despair set behind Maya, versus if she was on Violent, she'd be on what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She'd be my 7th Violent set, which I don't feel like is efficient enough for when she's going to play. Like I need her to. I mean, it is not super efficient, so that's one thing to think about. But I want her to be able to do just a little bit more. And I built a Tableau. I don't know that it'll see play, but it's on Violent Will. Everything's on Will now. When I used to play quite a bit, nothing was on Will. Because I felt like it was more efficient to not do that. And now I feel like I finally got the will runes to kind of make that happen. So what does this look like? So I'll show you some of my matches. And it's been going really well. I mean, you can see I'm up to P3, which I haven't even tried to be up this high in a long time. Played quite a few matches. The win rate is great. I feel like if I'm in the 3700s with this kind of win rate, the only thing holding me back from Guardian level play is desire to do that or time. Like I don't really care about the skin this season, so that's not really a carrot for me. I'm just enjoying playing the new units together in a way that I don't think has been seen very much. Like I've got a collection of Nap 5s that I don't know that anyone else has this exact collection or wants to put this collection together. And that's what I think is really fun. Like I could build the meta. I have pretty much every meta unit you can need. Like I could build, this guy, and I could build her and him or whatever. I could play exactly the meta. But for me, playing stuff that's different is huge and it's fun. And that I think gives me an edge too. Because if I first pick Keelan Slasher, which I've been doing, they're like, okay, what does this guy do? And they figured out, they're like, okay, like stuns and he can't get stunned. Okay. But I feel like he's the best first pick I could ever have because he doesn't signal turn 1 or turn 2. Whereas when I used to first pick Han, I feel like it heavily signaled turn 1. And so I got turn 1, back. So you can see these recent matches. This is my bruisery version minus Verisa. Verisa probably doesn't make bruiser, but Maya always makes bruiser. And this is my go over the top Swift version with Triton and Verisa. And these are my 2 speed leads. It's cool that they're dark, I think. This was an interesting choice. I put in a Verd, ended up working. So I'll show you a win and a loss. Here is my, I guess I've won quite a bit at P3. I was like, I haven't won very much at P3 because I feel like I should be on the P2, P3 border maybe. But I've won quite a few at P3 in a row. So maybe I do belong. We'll see. So let's take a look at a win and a loss just to see how it works. And then maybe I'll push for Guardian. And I've beaten some Guardians. I've beaten some G3s, and that always makes me feel good because it's been a while since I've tried, and being able to see people's past rank, you're like, oh man. So there's the Maya at the end. And I get to keep the Maya, which is kind of great here because this is going to be a long match, obviously. So Maya goes first. Couple stuns. He gets the proc. I feel like this guy procced a lot, if I remember correctly. This particular guy. that is one instance where me going second was really helpful because the full will protected me from all that shenanigans, especially with the Nyx. Like you can already see my poor Maya's been nixed up pretty good. So yeah, so there's Keelan Slasher. I always do skill 2 no matter what, because it gets some speed buff and gets him a ton of bar. And then we just slash it with skill 1. We've still got our instant kill, skill 4 or whatever it is. Sometimes I'll use skill 4, even if it's not a kill, just to get him 65% bar, because he might not get that many turns in a match. And if you use his skill 4 and a couple skill 2s, you're guaranteeing him like 4 turns before he dies, which you might even get 4 turns before some other people take 2. So here's the nice skill 4 for her. 2-turn provoke on the Jaeger. And now I'm trying to kill this pudding. So that was his instant kill. And really, I mean, Nyx is doing stuff, but I feel like I'm just ahead and it's not really mattering. Like I got rid of the Vend Hand, which was the main issue with Nyx. And so now I've cursed to the beautiful, but I'm still pretty low damage-wise, like, or health-wise. Like Keelan living there was pretty huge. We finish off the Jaeger and then we're good. So there's a recent win. Let's see if we can't find your recent loss. My goal on my losses, here's a loss. My goal on my losses is to hopefully make it a... I don't want it to be a pick mistake. I don't want to have messed up at the pick phase. I'd rather lose to RNG than pretty much anything else. But this might be a pick or a ban mistake. Those happen quite a bit. And I want to minimize those because those are things that in theory I have control over. See, I got rid of the speed lead and the revenge, and I think I should have got rid of the Verd. My general instinct is to get rid of bar gain, so I get rid of ragdolls and birds. Just because when you get behind in the bar, you just get more and more behind. And him putting the taunt onto the revenge monster, I think, is really strong. So that's probably why I lose here. He just takes too many turns. Click, 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 click. And he's got immunity, so I can't really kill him. He revenges. His guys are already about a full turn ahead of me because they've gotten 2 Verd bars. So they're like 90. And this puts him at like 135% ahead of me in terms of turns for his team. There's another Verd. He's now at like 200%. And so just in terms of getting lapped, there's only so much you can do. There's like almost 300%. Like that's a hard thing to do. And you can see it in how far behind my Han is, right? Like he's kind of got the luxury of burning down multiple units at once. He's taken 1 million turns. He's totally safe. He missed the trap there, which was kind of nice. But yeah, I'm done at this point. And I think the Verd was the issue. I think I could have fought the Monkey King. I think I could have. So that was a ban mistake in hindsight. Which hopefully they're all in hindsight. You don't want to go into the match and be like, well, I messed up already. Like you think you can take it, and then you realize, oh no, he's built to last pretty good, and I don't really have a shot. I mean, I'm sticking around. The Verd's gone, right? Keelan could go crazy. Maya could just taunt like crazy. I don't know. It's worth sticking around because sometimes this will work, but no, once it's just 1-on-1, you have no shot. So just a kind of example of the builds I chose, how I built them, why I built them, and then seeing them in action. And we'll see some like live gameplay later. I just want to kind of walk you through the plan. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.